So it's not 2 o'clock yet, but we're ready. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Off.
It is week 2 of our listing initiative. And I have to say, I am so excited for today to report to you what happened in week 1. We do have over 800 people registered, 840 to be exact, registered for the listing initiative. And that doubles last week, right? Doesn't it, Cassie?
Yeah, just about.
Like doubles last week, and it's for a good reason. If you were a part of this last week, some of you have been texting me, emailing me, messaging me on Facebook, and I have to tell you, and Matt and Nate, I think they're getting the same messages as well. It is so amazing to hear what's happening in New England. So Matt and Nate, you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what this is?
That is a 5-6, which when you put them together makes a 56.
You know, I knew you guys were the right people to be on this call with us. Very smart. So 56, we had 56 listings entered in the first week of our competition here. There are 56 ball entries right here. And let me tell you something, my little handy ball assistant here and I have double, triple checked our entries, and we have 56 amazing opportunities for somebody to win $500 today. So before we even roll this little cage, tell me in the chat section how many of you got a listing and how has your experience been the first week? Let's see that first, and then we could get started, guys. Cassie, let us know if anybody's chiming in here.
Got a listing. Got one. Oh,
Got one. Lots of got ones.
the motivation. Got one.
Got two buyers.
Yep.
Some. All right.
Oh, 13 show. I saw something fly by with a 13. I see a 3.
3 signed? Whoa.
There's
Wow.
a 2. Oh my gosh. We're going to have to go back and add all these answers up.
We're gonna
Cassie.
see
That's
the
great.
chat.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That is all such positive stuff. And here's the thing, week 1 is just like the kind of brewer, right? We're just brewing up everything. As we go along with our initiative, you're going to see more results from week 1 in week 3 and week 4 and 5 and beyond. So let's get right into week 2, guys.
I'm still watching the chat box. It's
Isn't
too
it awesome?
exciting. Yeah. All right. I'm going to focus though. Let's do this.
All right, let's get it
It's
going.
more fun to
Week
watch
2.
the chat box though. It just keeps going.
I know. I just keep seeing the number.
3.
3, 4, 2, 3.
One more.
like at
I'm
family
easily
reunion.
distracted though. So yeah.
All right.
All right, let's pull up week 2, Cassie, and show them what we have in store for them this week. Oh, look at that. 2 buyers signed with Manny this week. All right, so bet on Keller Williams New England Listing Initiative week 2. We're still on the database. We're talking about your sphere of influence. We're adding vendors in this week. Vendors are such an important piece of our business. Matt and Nate, would you guys agree?
I would agree.
Outside of sphere of influence, business to business is my absolute favorite place to go to prospect. Like, remember,
Most people don't do it. They forget about it.
Oh yeah,
Most
vast
agents forget
majority.
about it.
Yep. And the beauty is everybody who owns a business owns 2 businesses, just like us. We know what that is. If you own a business, you have 2 businesses, whatever it is that you do, plus lead generation. So the upside of leveraging our business partners is they are out doing what we do every day, which is trying to find more people to know and create relationships. So when we create a relationship with them that's genuine, it allows us to tap into all of the work that they are doing as well and be able to reciprocate back and forth, and they get that and understand it. So phenomenal place to put your efforts.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks, Matt. So here's what we have in week 2. First, if you want a recap of what we're talking about today, there's a little video that I recorded on Friday for you guys. You could go back and watch it. I think it's 5 minutes long. So today you're going to get an email, a text script. That's new. We didn't have a text script last week. So you get an email, a text script, a phone call follow-up script, 3 social media graphics, a call to action video script. You're going to love these. And I did see in the chat that someone did not get engagement on their post. And I would say, you know, if you didn't get engagement on your post, maybe you could tweak yours or add another hook point onto your social media. I would love to see how many people did get engagement on their social media posts in the chat as we continue this. All right, keep going, Cassie. So here's the email, and I'm going to ask you guys to do a little bit of work on this one. If you go up just a little bit, Cass, I'm sorry. The subject line for this email is, how is the real estate market? Now, lots of engagement, I'm seeing that. So I have another question to ask for the chat. How many of you get this question multiple times a day or a lot? Matt and Nate, you guys
All the time.
You get asked this question a lot?
All the time.
Everywhere I go.
Right. So instead of, we talked about this in Ignite actually, instead of just saying, hey, it's great, or it's just crazy out there, having a dialogue and sounding like the local professional sets you apart from everybody else. And that's what this email is going to do for and with you this week, yet we're asking you to do a little bit of work here. So you could see there's a little more red, which is what you input this week than it was last week. So in this email, we're going to ask you to input the top 3 towns in your local area. Now, we understand that this email might not go out to everybody in that local area. You're just giving them an example of what your local market looks like. So what you would do is go into your MLS and pull your top towns, yours, not mine, yours, and pull what the active residential listings look like today. If you don't know how to go into your MLS and pull this data, please go speak to your leadership, and your local MLS has trainings around how to pull this data. Every MLS is different, so I couldn't put in what Rhode Island did because Maine and Massachusetts are all different. So please go do a little bit of homework and add that into this letter. Any questions on that before we move on? Matt, Nate, do you guys have any questions on it?
Nope.
I do not.
Good to go.
All right, that's all you have to do is add those 3 things and then send that out to your database, your sphere of influence. All right, Cassie, let's keep going. I'm not going to read every bit of this email. I'm telling you, your clients will read it and they'll want to know what's going on in the local area. All right.
And there's a question from the chat. Should we include active under contract?
I personally would just do active. That's what I would do. Now, if you decide you want to put active under contract, that's okay. I would put just what is active, period. Matt, Nate, what would you guys say to that?
No, I would say the same thing. The idea is to show what is actually happening in the market and what the opportunity is. And the opportunity is the fact that we have a lack of inventory market right now. So I personally would stick strictly with actives. And also it's a clearer message and it requires less explanation.
Well, an active under contract is going to give you a different number too. That's not the right metric to measure what's actually happening, to your point. So
absolutely. And I see some questions on where do I get this? Everybody has access to this toolkit. We'll drop it in the chat before the end of today, and Cassie emails it out to you. Cassie, if somebody does not get it, what's the best way for us to handle that?
First, double check your spam. I know a lot of you got both emails last week, but it took a little finding. So double check your spam. And if it's still not there, I'll throw my email in the chat and you can send me a message and I will send it to you. But just wait until after the call because we're going to send it out to you in just a moment.
Yeah. And somebody did ask the question, do I send this out just to past clients or do I send it out to everyone in my database? What if that's hundreds of people? The answer would be send it out to everybody. Remember the dialogue we had before, 5 to 6% of everyone in your database is going to buy or sell real estate in the next 12 months. So everybody in the database should be getting this.
Absolutely. Well said. Okay, let's keep going, Cassie. We want to make sure we have enough time to do this drawing. First drawing. Okay, so social media post number 1. A lot of us spent a lot of time in our homes this past year. And the point of this is to, again, just create engagement and have some conversations around this. I am finishing my basement. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things like you looked around your house and said, what can I do to modify or enhance or upgrade where I am? So this was where this post came from, especially with our task force. We talked a lot about that as well. So select your upgrade, and then the post says, if you could scroll up just a little bit. Actually, I have it here. It says, in 2020, we all spent more time at home. If you could pick one of these enhancements for your home, which would you choose? It's as easy as that. Watch the engagement on that post. And again, the point of this is everybody that engages, comment on, and then you could also 10 plus that by private messaging them a little more information, or asking them, hey, I saw that you wanted a pool in your backyard, and you know, I sold your house, or I sold you the house 2 years ago, and know that you don't have a lot of room in that backyard. Are you interested in selling and upgrading? Something like that. Doesn't have to be specifically that, but something like that. So again, the point is to re-engage these relationships. All right, let's keep going on it.
Yeah.
Matt, did you have something you want to add on that?
No, I just wanted to, if you haven't picked up on the rhythm of it, when you're doing social media posts like this, it's sort of a jab hook is the strategy. So not everything has to be a hook, right? It's just a contact. Like, so those ones where you're choosing the room, it's just a contact, puts you in front of people with a real estate conversation. And the sole point is just to trigger interaction. That's it. So don't get too caught up in it. Don't overthink it. The point is just to put out something that people will interact with around real estate.
Absolutely. And here is Wednesday's post. It is this stat came from the National Association of Realtors. They come out with a trends report every year. Was this 19 or 20? This is 2020's report. And this is just New England, by the way. This is just New England. 13 average home sale increase for average home sale price increase for home sales in New England by 13%. That's huge. Go do that on your property. I did it on mine, and it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool increase. And like, oh, I would maybe consider selling for that, right? Do it on your own property and maybe your past clients, and say, hey, I noticed if it's an average of 13%, that means this for you, right? So put this post out there.
Don't be afraid to get hyper local with that too. So if you live in a town that's a little bit smaller, or a state that stats are better than this, it's easy to check the stat, figure out what they did, look at it. And you may be in a town where that's gone up 18% or 20%. I think I just saw in the chat, someone's town went up 18%. So, I mean, check that out. I mean, you may be in one of those areas. If you're in a resort area, it probably went up more than that, more than 13. It's probably closer to 20. So be sure you check that.
Absolutely. Good point, Nate. And this is year over year. So 2019 to 2020. I know a lot of questions for that in the chat. And then simple post. What are you waiting for to sell? That's it. Keeping it simple here, guys.
Can I add one thought to that? And if this is overly complicated for anyone, just ignore me and don't do it, because done is better than perfect. And you could add to that 13%, post your town below, and I'll tell you what the appreciation in your town has been. And just, poll your town so that you're ready. Have a spreadsheet or something, or run and get it when they post, whatever. But the point is, you'll get all sorts of engagement, and it's engagement that shows that you know the answer to the question, even if you do have to run and go get the information. So.
Love that, Matt. I would absolutely do that. That's 10 plussing for sure.
And the most important thing he said there is done is better than perfect. So
yes,
don't get creative. Don't get too creative with this.
Yes.
Just do it.
If that's
and get creative.
If that's going to stop you from posting, just post and forget I ever said that.
All right, let's go to that next post. All right, so this stat came from Family Reunion. It is a slide that came out during either the vision speech or what was the other speech? State of the company speech. So it's one of those. This did come from Family Reunion. And it says, did you know Keller Williams listings had 44% more showings and sold 2 days quicker in 2020? Yeah. Again, it's just a highlight post. Go ahead, Matt. What were you going to say?
Well, just in case anybody is wondering, that stat actually came from an interview with one of the largest MLSs in the country. So they have a relationship with more real estate boards than any other MLS in the country. And they are the ones who spotted that data. They noticed that the Keller Williams listings had 44% more showings. And oh, by the way, their first thought was, does that mean their houses are sitting on the market longer? And that's why they have more showings. And then they discovered that they also sold on average 2 days quicker. So that's where that information comes from.
And
That's then everybody else. People keep asking then who? That's everybody else. That's the rest of the market.
that's other companies, FSBOs, anyone else. So 2 days quicker than everybody else that is putting properties on the market. All right, the caption says, as a Keller Williams associate, I am proud to share this statistic. We pride ourselves with the knowledge and resources to advocate for you with your real estate transaction. DM me, that's direct message me for more local real estate information. That's it. Now, somebody asked, how do I put the post on the top or the bottom? Facebook doesn't allow you to modify that. I believe the picture is always going to be on the top and or the other way around. The caption is always going to be on the top. Picture is going to be below it. All right, we're going to move on to our next piece of this. And this is where you're going to text your vendors. Now, you don't have to do this on Friday. You could do this all week long. You don't have to just do it on Friday. Pick 10 a day and text your vendors. Here's the text for you. Copy and paste it into your phone. Send it to every vendor you know. Now, Matt and Nate, we thought a question would come up for this, which would be, well, what vendors do I send it to? So we decided that we were going to make this a little easy for you. And we dropped in a vendor list example. Cassie, can you click on that really quickly so they could see it? This came from Bold, by the way. But just to jog your memory and make sure that you do know what vendors you can text this to, we threw in this vendor list coming soon. And here it is. So from accountants all the way to the zoo. the zoo attendees, I don't know, whatever, right? So you have from everyone in between. Here's your memory jogger for your vendors out there. If you don't have anyone in one of these, add somebody, talk to somebody, because you know what, someone you know somebody really good as a plumber, know somebody really good as a pool contractor, right? So get these done and send them out.
And oh, by the way, go through that list, circle the ones that would be most helpful to know, and start with calling those people. And let's say you have handyman and plumber and you don't know either. When you call the handyman, say, oh, by the way, who's your favorite plumber? I'm just curious, right? And now you can call that person, right?
Awesome. Love that tip. Okay. So then we also put in here something in this text that here's my calendar link. And we said, oh, you know what? Maybe you don't know what Calendly, or maybe you haven't heard of it yet. So we added a little sign up for Calendly, and that's a free tool for you to make appointments in your own calendar. So that way anybody could just go to your link and schedule a time that's open in your calendar for you for free, by the way. So if you don't have it, there it is for you. If you have questions on it, let us know, but there's the sign up right there for Calendly. I have it. It's a life changer for my business for when people need to meet with me. Matt, Nate, any additions on that?
Nope.
All right.
Simple.
All right, great text for your vendors. It's just say, hey, listen, I'm looking to gain a ton of business in this quarter and looking to upgrade my vendor portfolio for my unique value proposition that I offer to my clients. Would you like to connect to see if we could work together and if it fits into your business plan? If so, what time next week would work for a virtual coffee to discuss? Boom, done, send. That's it. You just have to make sure that you have time in your calendar for these virtual coffees, right? Okay, next up is the phone conversation, the follow-up to the vendors. And this, I'm turning it over to Matt and Nate to do a practice script call.
Sure.
So who's going to be my vendor and who's going to be the realtor today?
What do you want, Nate?
I can take. I'll take the vendor.
You'll take the vendor.
I'll take the realtor. You be the vendor.
I'll be the vendor. All right.
All right. Hi, Matt. It's Nate from Keller Williams.
Hey, Nate. How are you, man?
Good. I just wanted to thank you for meeting with me. I look forward to recommending you to my clients, and for all the people that I know that need sewer vacuuming services. Additionally, I just wanted to reach out and ask if you'd consider me to be one of your referral partners as well. Should any of your clients be seeking real estate needs, I personally have a goal to help 200 families this year in 2021 by helping them to sell, buy, invest, or rent in real estate. I'd love to help. I'd love your help as we work together. Man, I should have read this before we started.
That's
Sorry
all right.
about that.
But here's the beauty though. Well, so Nate, I'd love to work with you. You know, it was good catching up with you, getting to know you a little bit and understand your business. You seem like a person who, I could definitely get along with working with. I can tell you're going to provide a high level of service to my clients. So yeah, I'm totally comfortable being able to do that for you. Okay, so this is a simple script. I mean, it doesn't get any easier. You're calling a business owner and saying, is it cool if I support you by referring clients to you? And once they say yes to that, it's a very simple question. Would you be comfortable doing the same for me? Period. End of story. That's all it is. It's a reciprocal conversation. It's very normal in business. It's comfortable between business owners. Like this is why outside of sphere of influence, my absolute favorite place is business to business, because we're in the same game together. As long as you have a service that's valuable to me and vice versa, there's an opportunity for us to support each other.
Yeah, and so I would tell you that when I was selling, this was my go-to thing. So I sold houses to the home inspectors that were inspecting homes, to electricians, to plumbers, and I did it by referring them business, making sure that I let them know that the customer came from me. I called them, hey, my friend's coming in. And then, you have regular dialogues about that business. It's very easy. And when you help someone build their business, they're more than happy to help you build yours. And I would tell you that this is probably the easiest, safest conversation to have. It's sometimes it's even easier than calling your sphere of influence.
Yeah.
Your regular customers that aren't up in business. So I would say, try to embrace this.
Yeah.
And having a big network of professionals that refer you is just a great way to consistently get regular referrals into your world.
Yeah. And if I could, I'm just going to tie like kind of a bow around everything Nate is saying around why we're all so excited about the business side of the business. It also makes your follow-up with your sphere of influence and your clients easier. Because if you spend the time to build the business to business relationships, that means you have an answer for them for everything that they need while they own a home, right? So now when you close on a house, you can say, hey, Jen, it was amazing working with you. It was so much fun. I'm so excited to see your family in this new house. And by the way, just because the transaction is over, don't think I'm just going to disappear. Like now you own a home. Anything you ever need for this home, please do not roll the dice by Googling. Call me. I've got somebody that I trust that you can work with. If I don't, somebody in my office does. Anything you need at all, give me a shout. And by the way, I'll check in with you every now and then to see if you need anything. That becomes your follow-up. Now, once a quarter, you can make a follow-up phone call and say, Matt, you sick of raking your own leaves yet? You need me to send a guy? Whatever it is, it allows you to follow up and come from contribution. And that in turn allows you to feed those vendor partners that you're building a relationship with. And the more you do that, the more they start to refer their clients to you. It's just like such a beautiful cycle.
Absolutely.
And it's better if we all go forward together. It's better for everybody. It feels good.
Definitely. And what I would say is if you look through that vendor list and you have holes in it, it's a great opportunity for you to build your portfolio for vendors, because your clients will need help from each one of those. Not every client, but each one of your clients will need help from each one of those vendors. All right, let's keep moving because I want to make sure we have enough time for this, for our drawing here. So Matt, I'm going to put you on the spot here. And can you just pretend like or actually you could even do it. Just do it. Take your phone out and read this script. This is our Friday gratitude video script. So on Fridays, this is your time. This is your time to get your phone out and to record yourself saying something about real estate. And we're adding it for you. This week's call is all about gratitude. So Matt, I'm going to ask you if you could role play it out to everybody.
Sure.
Show us how it's done.
Sure. So take your device, hit record, talk to the camera, and be genuine, right? So it's as simple as, hey there, I just want to take a quick second to reach out and share with you how truly grateful I am for all of the people who have helped support my real estate business. I want to thank my friends, my family, all my past clients, everybody who has trusted me as their local real estate expert. I've got a goal this year of helping 55 families to either buy, sell, or invest in real estate. If you know anyone that would benefit from working with me, please pass along my information to them. Give me a shout. You can provide me with their information. I sincerely appreciate all the referrals, and I promise you they will get the best service they could possibly get inside of the real estate space. Thank you for all your support, and I look forward to helping you and your family.
Mic drop. Boom. Done.
That's
Post.
awesome.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. All right, we only have 5 minutes left, and we have to be done by 2:30. So you ready to do the drawing, or any questions before we do it?
I'm going to answer one thing because somebody asked and I don't want to let it go. What do I do if I haven't helped anybody yet? Awesome. Just say the same thing. I didn't say how many houses I've sold or how many people I've helped. It's the exact same thing. If your integrity makes you feel like you have to drop off the word past clients, then drop off the word past clients. But you can have the exact same dialogue. I have a goal of helping X number of families.
Awesome. All right,
Don't overthink it.
let's do this
Okay.
drawing. Here we go.
All right, let's do it.
Wait, real quick.
Do we have a,
I'm throwing the resources in the chat for all of you that need the link to this. So grab it from the chat if you want it right now. Otherwise, it'll be sent out whenever the recording is done processing with the recording. All right, Jen.
do we have a real drum roll or am I going to do it?
Do it, do it, do it. All right, here we go. All the names, all the ball numbers, and our ball number winner is 48. That goes to Pioneer Valley. If you're from Pioneer Valley,
My old
you
stomping
are-
ground.
I'm sorry?
It was my old stomping grounds, Pioneer Valley.
Oh, okay.
I'm cheering for my hood.
The winner for this week is, and you have to be here, so you have to raise your digital hand. Cassie, can you put everybody's hand down that has them? Because we need to see Christine Strawham. And I probably
Christine
said that.
Strohan.
Stroham.
Stroman.
Stroman. Christine
Christine,
Stroman.
tell me you're on the call, girl. Come
She's
on.
here. She's here.
She's here.
All
Come on,
right.
Christine, bring her on. Bring her on. Turn your camera
Turn your
on,
camera on.
and
We're on
let's
mute.
bring you on.
Hi, can you hear me?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, we can.
Thank
Just can't
you.
see you.
Our first week winner. Congratulations. Can you tell us about your listing?
Yeah, it was a super quick, a sweet little ranch in the 16 acres area of Springfield. I put it on the market on Wednesday. I'm currently up to 12 offers somewhere, we're going to end up somewhere about $25,000 over asking.
That's amazing.
So that was
Christine.
so
Now-
it was definitely worth it making the Facebook post then.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right, Christine, congratulations. I am so excited for you. Guess what? You have another chance next week to win along with everybody else on this call. So don't forget to enter your listings. It goes Monday through Sunday. Get your entries in by Monday at 9 a.m. That's the cutoff on there, Monday at 9 a.m. And we will see you next week at 2 o'clock. Congratulations all this week.
Christine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great work,
Hug.
Christine.
I miss you.
Thanks. Same Matt. Be well. Thanks,
See ya.
Nate,
Everyone.
Cassie and Jen. Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Congrats,
Bye,
Christine.
everyone.
Have a
Bye,
great
everybody.
week.